In today's topic, we're going to talk about fixtures and personal property. What does the home sale include? Well, this is one of the biggest questions that I get from buyers in the Lehigh Valley. What stays and what goes? And it's a really good question because, if something's not in writing, you don't want to assume everybody's on the same page. But just to give you some general information about how to think about it when you're looking at a house, the best way to think about it is if something is attached or fixed to the property, like for instance it's screwed into the wall, like light fixtures, they're fixed to the property, fans, blinds or shades because they're screwed into the window area. But things like curtains are easily removed, but the rod and the fixture would stay. The curtain obviously is easily removed, so that's not included. Things like ovens and ranges, dishwashers, they're tied into the plumbing of the property. But things like washer, dryer, or refrigerator, they're easily removed. So the best thing to do is to understand that anything fixed to the property pretty much will be going with the property, but anything like a refrigerator or washer dryer has to be negotiated. So the best thing to do is to just make sure up front on your offer everything's written in there. There's a section in the agreement of sale that you can say, this is what I want to include in the property. Mr. Seller, I'd like to include the refrigerator, but I would like to exclude the washer and dryer because you know what, I just bought a washer and dryer, and the washer and dryer that maybe the seller has in the property are older models. So you don't want to have the hassle of removing the washer and dryer because it can be a hassle and it can cost some money to have those removed. So you say, Mr. Seller, I'm making an offer on the property, but I want to exclude the washer and dryer. So now it'll be the seller's responsibility. Now, when you look at a property, if you're working with a buyer's agent and they provide you with written materials, there is a report called a client detail that is printed from the Lehigh Valley Multiple Listing Service. And when I show properties to my buyers, I print out a detail report with additional pictures called a client detail. Under the appliance section, it will list on there what the seller is publicly announcing that they have included in the list price. So if you see a refrigerator, dishwasher, washer, dryer, that means that they are listing their property and they expect those items to go with the sale price. But to be honest with you, everything is negotiable. I have never heard of a seller not wanting to sell their property to a buyer because the seller wanted to take the refrigerator and the buyer wanted the refrigerator to stay. It's just not common sense for a small ticket item like that to be a problem. So, the biggest thing that you need to remember is you need to just have it in writing. If you want the refrigerator to stay, you put it in the offer. If you want it to be excluded, you put it in the offer. Also, I just wanted to make a note as to like landscaping. Landscaping that's rooted, like trees and shrubs and all, are to stay with the property, and all of this is included in the agreement of sale. But like potted plants that you can pick up and move is not. That's considered personal property. Furniture is personal property because you can pick it up and move it. So, if the seller, at times sellers are selling furniture and things like that. And if you're interested in something, there's nothing wrong with talking to the seller about it, but that's not usually something that's negotiated in the agreement of sale. So just remember, whatever you want to stay or whatever you want to go, you need to put it in writing. I hope this information was helpful to you, and now you have a little bit more knowledge about what fixtures or personal property, what stays and what goes in the sale price of a home.